Hello Virgo, and welcome to the Green Woman Tarot. This is your weekly reading for the first week of December 2020. So that's from the 30th of November through to the 6th of December. And it's a general reading, just to see what sort of energies are around you right now, to see what's on the cards for you. But before we delve into the tarot reading, I need to consult the oracle. And this is the Sufi wisdom oracle that I'm using today to draw a couple of cards for you just to start your reading off with. So let's see what words of wisdom the mysterious oracle has for Virgo for the first week of December 2020. What messages are here for Virgo for the first week of December? What does Virgo need to know? Right, so let's just let the deck fall open where it wants to, and I'll draw a couple of cards on the fan. Right, so let's see what you get. You have drunk with love. Let love lift you to freedom. And that's probably more spiritual love than a romantic love, or a deeper sort of love. So it's finding that love that you can give to others as well. And you have returned to joy. We are here to experience joy. That fits in nicely with that sort of universal love. Finding the joy in the moment, lightening the load with simple joys. But let's see what the rest of the reading shows. Let's see what's on the cards for Virgo for the first week of December 2020. What messages are here for Virgo for the first week of December? What does Virgo need to know? So this is the Shimmering Veil Tarot, and I'll be using this to draw a 4-card spread for you this week. The first card depicting you, where you are now, and the second card highlighting the challenges you face. The third card offering guidance from Spirit, and then the final card revealing your possible outcome. And then I'll put an underlining row of cards beneath that to act as clarification. So let's see what you get. You have the 3 of Swords, or the 3 of Air as it's known here, and the Page of Wands, or the Page of Fire as your challenge. And then you have the Sun as your guidance, and the King of Pentacles as your outcome. And beneath that you have the Tower, and you have the 2 of Air, and the Devil, and the 9 of Air beneath that. And then you've got the 10 of Air. It seems that there is an ending here. Yeah. You've got where you are now, like a major change, a disruption to your life. There's outside forces have caused something to come toppling down. And, you know, this, I get a sense here, it fits in with the 10 of Swords. It brings a sudden and difficult ending to something. And it's linked here with heartache and a sense of disappointment or betrayal. Needing to, you're at a point where you really need to work through disappointments. And these disappointments are linked to a major change. But the thing with the Tower is, yes, it tears down the structures of things as you know it, but it reveals also that this may have been something that didn't quite fit in any case, and having it stripped down allows you to start on a clean page, a clean slate. If you go with this sort of change, if you work with it, it allows you to start again fresh and build up something that is deep, more properly rooted, more solidly founded, and more true to what you are or who you are. So there you have a big change, and the betrayal, the heartache, the disappointment that brings, and the ending. But with the ending, after the initial shock and devastation, a new day it begins, a new dawn, new hope emerges, and it's about being able to embrace that new possibility, that allowing the dark clouds to lift and the light to come back into your life by being open to begin again something new and something better. And then your challenge is to take this new beginning, to see the possibilities that are now open, now that something has ended. The Page of Wands speaks of like news or potentials that have arisen, and taking those potentials and putting them into tangible form, beginning with them, taking them from ideas and conception and putting them into action. And that's your challenge, is to sort of rise up from this with a sense of purpose and passion, and find that new beginning that's emerging and go with it. Harnessing the possibilities and moving forward with them. And, it sort of requires a choice, a decision. And that decision needs to be made so that you can move on. This particular deck, the Two of Swords energy, or the Two of Air energy, is about harnessing energies, harnessing possibilities, and that's in a way that you may never have thought possible, but working with it, finding that inner power and that strength to go on. And where does it take you? Clarity. It brings you to that sense of purpose and working towards something of value. Success. The Sun is, like your happiest, your joy card. It is returning to joy. And the Sun card is all about finding the joy in the moment and celebrating that, feeling that sense of accomplishment and purpose and security. And, underlining this is sort of like freeing yourself from something that is pulling your strings. You need this. In the advice row, the Devil card asks you to question what have I given my power over to? Who have I given my power to? And realizing that power over you is an illusion, and it's and realizing that you can free yourself from it with a simple choice, with a decision. It's almost like you reach a point when you say enough, and perhaps, you know, you could even read it there for that, finding that decision, or realizing that something or someone is holding you captive, pulling your strings, and that you decide you don't want any more of it. It ends something, and even if that ending is dramatic, it's an ending that frees you from a bondage, that frees you from an entrapment that you may have been unaware you were in, that you may have unwittingly put yourself in. But through that decisive ending, that decisive moment, you re-emerge into clarity. You find that clarity and that joy again, that sun, you know, that energy and power in order to harness this potential and move it forward. And where does it take you? You leave behind the burden, the stress and the worry of that sense of being trapped. You leave behind the difficulties of going through this change, and you find that stability, that sense of value. The King of Pentacles is about, you know, bringing something to fruition, completion, attaining your goal. And that, you know, it's linked with the idea here that's signified in the page, that challenge to find that, to grasp that idea, that concept, and move it into fruition. So it shows that, you know, with that clarity and that decisive moment, moving forward, you can take an idea, concept to fruition, to manifestation. And, you know, ultimately find that joy. Return to that, a joy that may well have been forgotten, having worked through heartache and suffering and betrayal. Because your goal, your ideas, your focus is now on building up something, taking an idea and going with it. And in that you find this joy, you know, that sense of freedom. I get a sense this is a sort of thing where you going through it, it's very difficult, but when you look back, you realize how held down you were in something that didn't quite fit. And that's these two cards there. And as difficult as that moment of decision is, it's worth the journey, it's worth the struggle, because it brings you to something that is rich, something that is you know, stable and productive, and can bring growth and abundance your way. And finding that sense of forgiveness for anyone that may have betrayed or hurt you, and being able in your own moments of joy to love freely and deeply again. So there you have it, Virgo. I hope you enjoyed your reading and that it resonates with you. And if so, please remember to hit the like, share and subscribe buttons. And then have yourself a wonderful week. And God bless you till we meet again.